So for this question 19a, we are going to obtain its expansion for this binomial. So we can see our power here is n equals to 1 over 4, which is not positive integers. It is positive, but it is not integers. It is rational numbers. So we are going to use formula of type 2. So we can review our formula of type 2, where our n here is not a positive integers, and we must have a 1 in front, and this is the things we're going to expand. This is the remaining thing we're going to expand in our expansion. So for here, means the things we're going to expand here is negative x over 4. So when we're going to expand this, we have to expand up to term x power of 3. So first of all, that it will be our first task, do the expansion. Then second task, we're going to do find the interval of x, means we are going to find its validity. Then only third task, we are going to simplify this form. Simplify this form into the form that we can use our formula expansion. So for now, we're going to do our first task here, which is we are going to expand it up to x power of 3. First of all, write our title at the left hand side clearly. And then we are going to expand it at right hand side. So we must clear what is our left hand side, what is our right hand side. We cannot write at the bottom here. Then will make it difficult to identify which is left hand side, which is right hand side, which is a title. So our formula will be 1 plus n times the things we want to expand here, which is negative x over 4. Then again n minus 1 over 2 factorial, the thing we're going to expand here, power of 2. So we need to do until power of 3. So this is only up to power of 2. We will continue with our formula, minus 1, minus 2, and 3 factorial. Then here will be negative x over 4, power of 3. Then the rest of it, we no need to present, we just put dot dot dot. Means we still have expansion, but it is not necessary to present out. We have to follow up to here, x power of 3. We have to follow the questions. So from here, we're going to press our calculator to find out what's the value of this. It will become negative x over 16. And then we have to press calculator for 1 over 4, 1 over 4 minus 1, divide 2 factorial. So don't forget this part. We will skip the x part only. So we will press negative 1 over 4 square also for this part. Then we will get 3 over 128 x squared. Then for the fourth term here, so this is what we'll get, 3 over 512. And then for the next term, 7 over So after we finish our expansion here, we are going to continue for our second task. Our second task here, we're going to state out what's the interval x for this expansion, which is valid. Means these questions, this second task is asking about validity. So if you want to find validity, we have to make sure what is this. We put in the modulus and less than 1. So when we open the modulus, it will become negative 1 less than the things we expand, less than 1. So for this question, the things we want to expand here is negative x over 4. So for validity, we will put modulus negative x over 4 less than 1. So because of negative, we can notice here, whatever negative in the modulus, it always go back to positive. So from here, we can expand our modulus. It will be negative 1. Open the modulus. So Then we simplify. So our 4 will be multiplied up to get 4. Here will be get negative 4. So this is our validity of our value x. Means whatever we want to use the value x after this, it have to find the value in the between negative 4 and 4. Other from that, the value will make this expansion invalid. Then, hence, we go for task 3. Our task 3 here, hence means using whatever we already have in the before this, we're going to obtain the simplest form of this expansion. So we're going to expand this. So for this expansion, starting our title will be 16 minus 4x squared power 1 over 4. But it is not related to our first part answer because what we put in first part here is expand 1 minus x over 4. So we have to simplify our binomial expression here. So when I want to simplify here, so it will take out 16, factorize out 16 together with its power 1 over 4. So inside here we'll divide by 16, we get 1, and divide here by 16, we get negative over 4 power 14. And then we simplify. So we simplify this 16 power to 1 over 4 is equals to 2. So this is another form of this expansion 16 minus 4x power to 1 over 4. So we will use this to expand. So therefore, 16 minus 4x power to 1 over 4, which is equals to 2 times the expansion 1 minus x over 4 power to 1 over 4. So this expansion 1 minus x over 4 power to 1 over 4 is already expanded. So we have to use this result. So that is a powerful of this word. When we say hence, means whatever answer we already have it before, we have to use it. We have to reuse it whatever we have here. So we will reuse this expansion answer. We will copy this expansion to put here for our expansion for this title 16 minus 4x power 1 over 4. So our expansion for this is 1 minus x over 16 minus 3 over 512x squared minus 7, then over 8192x cubed and so on. So we have to do the simplest form of this expansion, means we have to expand it fully. We have to expand it fully by multiplying our number 2 into our expansion. So we will get 2. Then the second term will be x over 8. Then our third term here will be negative 3 over 256. Then the fourth term here will be negative 7 over 4096 and so on. So this is how we manage to answer for our part A. What is important concept here we have to know. First one is how we use the formula type 2 to expand our binomial expansion. And then we can get to this answer. Then in our second task, we're going to find out what is our validity of x. So what's the value of x? It is between negative 4 and 4. And then the third part is how we simplify the title of binomial here. We have to factorize it, and then only we can reuse our expansion before this to get us to the answer. So to get us to the answer, we will refer to the simplest form. So we will refer to the last form of here where already expand value of 2 inside. Then we continue for question B. So the question B said that from this fourth root of 12, please write in the form of this. So that will be our first task. Then continue hence. So using this result, we're going to approximate the value of fourth roots of 12. So first of all, fourth root of 12 can be equals to, so what's the relationship between fourth root of 12 to this? So how we get 12 here? So 16 minus 4, it is 12, right? So we try to expand in the form. So in order to get 12 here, means this is 16 minus 4. So in other words, this is 16 minus 4 power to 1 over 4. So when I factorize it, it was 16 power 1 over 4. And then inside here, you will get 1 minus 1 over 4 power to 1 over 4. So which is give us 2, and then 1 minus 1 over 4 power to 1 over 4. So we are not finding the value x yet. They ask us to change it to this form. So after you change it to this form, then you can compare. So we can compare here. Where our first term here, our coefficient here, k is 2. So you can see their form, the pattern are same. 1 is 1, power is 1 over 4, then denominator is 4, operation is negative. So from here, what can we read out our x value? It will be x equals to 1. So is it our x value valid? Then we will refer back our validity. Yes, it is valid. It is between negative 4 and 4. So by using this, hence means by using this information, we managed to change this form until this pattern. We are going to approximate its value, means we are going to use the expansion to find out what's the value of this fourth root of 12. So from So use the x equals to 1, substitute both sides of our expansion. So we can refer our expansion here. So our expansion here, we can substitute it both sides. So I substitute here 1, it will become 16 minus 4 power 1 over 4 equals to 2 minus 1 over 8, then minus 3 over 2, 5, 6, 1 square, and then minus 7 over 4, 0, 9, 6, 1 cube. Okay, show out how you substitute. Substitute to the left hand side, substitute to the right hand side. So left hand side, you can see our 1, value of 1 is come from this title. So we will substitute back to this title, which is 16 minus 4x. So after we substitute, then we're going to calculate. So for this part, it will straight away give us 12 to the power of 1 over 4. And then, so this one will give us, when we press our calculator, it will give us 1.8615572266. So when I come to the final answer, then only I'm going to doing the rounding. So for final answer, I want to achieve this. So it is equivalent already. 12 to the power of 1 over 4 means 4 roots. So I achieve the questions and correct to 3 decimal. So we have to do our rounding to 3 decimal, which is 1.86. When it is 5, at the back here means we have to round in, become 2. So this is the 3 decimal as requested by the questions. So for this, what is the important concept here? The concept here is how we going to simplify our form to the form that we can expand. Then from there, we find out our validity, a value of x which is valid. So we just take out what is our x. Then finally, we use their expansion, we substitute x into their expansion. This is 1, so this is our concept substitution, and come up to the answer as the question question asks us to do 3 decimal place. So that's all.